Hi, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. So, as always, we will start with the date. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. Today, I will say, yesterday when I did my recording, it was quite nasty out, or it was quite beautiful outside. Sorry, it was very nice out. And then, it got all cloudy and dark not long after I posted it. So I'm sorry about that. It did rain yesterday. It was windy. But today, I think I'm actually right this time. Today is going to be a really nice day. Super sunny, and I hope you get outside. Today is a special day. It's April 22nd, and on April 22nd, we celebrate a holiday. We just had Easter. St. Patrick's Day was in March. Christmas, that's in December. Thanksgiving, that's in November. What could it be? Have you ever heard of Earth Day? Today is Earth Day, and it's a day that we celebrate our Earth and all the good things we have from it. People often talk about recycling and plants and trees and oxygen and all those fun things that our Earth gives us. Those things we need to survive. So in the Social Studies Wakelet today, you will see that it is all about Earth Day, and I think you'll really enjoy some of the activities in there for today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right started with our chapter today. Again, boys and girls, if you're just watching this video and haven't watched Monday or Tuesday or haven't been in our live sessions on Monday and Tuesday, go back to Monday and Tuesday and listen to chapter 1 and 2 so that you know what chapter 3 is about. Chapter 3, the most disgusting of them all. It took 10 hours to drive to Southwest Harbor, Maine. 10 hours in the back seat of an old Blazer with Fudge, Tootsie, Turtle, and Uncle Feather, who wouldn't shut up. Some minor birds don't talk at all, but Uncle Feather's not one of them. He'll repeat anything you say. Finally, I dropped the cover over his cage, hoping he'd think it was nighttime. Go to sleep, I told him. But that didn't work either. Go to sleep, he chanted, until even Turtle lost patience, and she started barking. Grandma is really smart, I thought. She's flying up to Maine. As we got closer to our destination, Mom started reading to us from a guidebook. Southwest Harbor is on an island called Mount Desert, she pronounced it. Desert. Ice cream, cookies, brownies, pudding, Fudge sang. Mom kept right on reading. I don't know why she thinks Fudge pays any attention to our lectures on history. He hears only what he wants to hear. Everything else goes right by him. Founded in 1905, the town of Southwest Harbor. You call this a town? I thought, as we drove through it. There was one street with a couple of shops, and that was about it. But I could tell Mom was really excited. She put down her guidebook and smiled at my father. Oh, it's so quaint, she said. Isn't it quaint, Warren? And my father smiled back and said, It's perfect, honey. Fudge chucked Tootsie under her chin. It's perfect, honey, he said, imitating my father. Then Uncle Feather started, Honey, honey, honey. For some reason, Tootsie thought that was wildly funny, and she laughed until she got the hiccups. Mom passed the bottle of water to the back seat, and I tucked it in Tootsie's mouth. Take a left here, Warren, Mom said to Dad. We turned onto a dirt road, then pulled into a gravel driveway and parked in front of an old, weathered wood house. The first person I saw was the Queen of Cooties herself. She was standing on the seat of a rope swing. It swung from the branch a big tree in the front yard. She was swinging pretty high when I opened the back door of the Blazer and Turtle jumped out. It had been almost 4 hours since I'd walked him, and he'd really had to go. He raced for the woods behind the house, but Sheila thought she was heading straight for her. Help! She screamed, wobbling on the swing. Somebody please help! She lost her balance and fell to the ground. What a dork. Mom jumped out of the car and ran to her rescue. It's all right, she said, helping Sheila to her feet. Turtle just had to wee-wee. How could Mom have used such an embarrassing expression? By then, Mr. and Mrs. Tubman, who had also heard Sheila's screams, came running out of the house. Are you okay? Mrs. Tubman asked Sheila. I'm fine, Sheila said, brushing herself off. It was just that disgusting dog. Before I had the chance to tell her who was really disgusting, a man with white hair called, Lemonade! We all headed for the house and gathered around the table on the porch. I'm Buzz Tubman's father, the white-haired man said. He poured each of us a glass of lemonade. Call me Buzzy Senior. I polished off my drink really fast. Buzzy Senior poured me another. I gulped it down. Long trip up here, isn't it? He asked. 10 hours, I said, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. He filled my glass again. I didn't even notice Fudge watching until then. You must be really thirsty, Pete. Yeah, I said. Remember that time you drank too much island punch and you? I clamped my hand over his mouth. He still doesn't get the difference between stories you tell to strangers and stories you keep to yourself. I looked at Buzzy Sr. Fudge knows a lot about dinosaurs, I said, hoping to change the subject. But as soon as I took my hand away from his mouth, Fudge laughed. And Pete knows all about cooties. Well, you can't know too much about cooties, can you, Pete? Buzzy Sr. said, smiling at me. And guess what else Fudge said? I'm getting married under the trees. Do I know the bride? Buzzy Sr. asked. It's Sheila Tubman, Fudge said. Oh, my granddaughter, Buzzy Sr. said. Sheila's your granddaughter? Fudge asked. Buzzy Sr. nodded. Have you popped the question yet? How do you pop a question? Fudge said. You have to ask if she wants to marry you, Buzzy Sr. explained. Why wouldn't she want to marry me? It's something you have to decide together, Buzzy Sr. said. Okay, Fudge said. He turned toward Sheila, who was sitting in a rocking chair. Hey, Sheila? You want to marry me, right? Sheila laughed so hard she nearly fell off the chair. See, Fudge said. I popped the question, and she wants to marry me. Congratulations, Buzzy Sr. said. You're a lucky man. Lucky? I thought. That's not what I'd call it. The screen door opened and Libby stepped out onto the porch. Libby is Sheila's older sister. She's almost 16, but no one would make the mistake of calling her sweet. She was carrying a small white and brown puppy. Sheila jumped. I expected her to run for her life. Instead, she cooed. Oh, my baby, my precious fur baby. She kissed the puppy about 20 times. You have a dog? I asked. Yes, Sheila said proudly. Her name is Jake, and we just got her. Isn't she adorable? I thought you were afraid of dogs. She is, Libby said. I'm not afraid of Jake. She's afraid of dogs in general, Libby told me. That's so unfair, Sheila said. But it's true, isn't it? Libby asked in her most obnoxious voice. I just don't like big, smelly, disgusting dogs, Sheila said, looking directly at me. Are you calling my dog smelly and disgusting? I asked. Sheila folded her arms and smiled. Turtle is the most disgusting dog ever born. You want to see disgusting? Look in the mirror, I told her. You want to smell disgusting? Smell yourself. Are you two going to argue for 3 weeks? Libby asked. Because that could get real bored. You're right, I said. So why don't you just tell me where our house is, and that'll be the end of it. This is your house, Sheila said. I thought this was your house. It's 2 houses. They're connected. What do you mean connected? I asked. Didn't you learn anything in 6th grade, Pete? Connected means attached, joined together. I know what the word means, I told her. Don't worry, Sheila said. There's an inside door that separates your house from ours. An inside door, I thought? How am I going to explain this to Jimmy Fargo? I promised him a forest between our houses, not an inside door. Suddenly, we heard a rustling sound, and a minute later, a turtle came tearing out of the woods. A terrible smell followed him. I mean, really bad. Ew! Sheila cried, holding her nose. What the smell? It's skunk, Dad said, holding his. Turtle's been sprayed by a skunk. Oh no, Mom said. She held her nose too. Not skunk. They all sounded as if they had the worst colds. I would have laughed except for the smell. It was so strong I had to hold my nose just like the rest of them. This is too nothing for the worst, Libby said, grabbing Jake and running back to the house. Do something, Peter, Sheila yelled. What am I supposed to do? He's your dog, isn't he? Let's not panic, Mr. Tubman said. Let's think through in a logical way. This isn't the time for logic, Mrs. Tubman said. This is the time for action. Tomato juice, Buzzy Sr. said. Put him in a tub of tomato juice. Where am I supposed to get tomato to cover him? Mrs. Tubman said. I'll take care of it, Jean, Dad said. Don't worry. He headed for the blazer. Fudge chased Dad. Wait for me. Where are you going, Warren? Mom called. For tomato juice, Dad called back. At this time, Turtle was rolling over and over in the grass, trying to get rid of the awful smell. He knew he was in big trouble. I always knew your dog was the smelliest dog in the entire world, Sheila said, and this proves it. For once, I had to agree. That is the end of chapter 3. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our day. So let's make these small here. All right, so our day today, the discussion question is a workout Wednesday. So this one's actually new for us. I thought we'd just mix it up a little bit. So it is, what is one activity that you are going to do today? Okay, now is playing on your iPad an active activity? Maybe if you're doing something like Go Noodle or something like that. But if you're just going to sit down and play a game, probably not. So let's pick something that we're going to do outside. If you have no ideas or you're really lost, look in the social studies Wakelet. I'm sure you'll find something in there that'll help you do an active activity. So in ELA, we're still talking about, just like Josh Gibson, there is a ReadWorks article on baseball. So for those of you who enjoyed the Just Like Josh Gibson story or baseball, you will certainly like that, I think. In social studies, like I said, we're going to learn all about Earth Day today. And it is Wednesday, so that means music with Mrs. Castle. For the What Did You Learn question today, we already had one friend answer it. That's okay. Oh, geez. Why does this happen? 1 second, boys and girls. For the What Did You Learn today, it is an ELA question, so it has to do with the ELA stuff on Wakelet. So that being said, it says, our story this week is about baseball. Write a paragraph that describes everything you know about baseball. Remember, a paragraph has a beginning sentence, at least 3 details, and an ending sentence. Check your paragraph for capital letters and punctuation marks. So if you have a beginning sentence, 1, 2, 3 details, and an ending sentence, you should have a total of 5 sentences. Okay, make sure you have a total of 5 sentences. This is not specific to our Josh Gibson story. So if you have a personal experience about baseball, you may use that. If you don't, you may certainly use the Josh Gibson story there. Okay. Now, I'd like to go back and just show you guys. There we go. I'd like to go back and show you guys. Remember, this is the area where you will click to join either the live sessions or my office hours if you need me. Okay, so you can either click on this link here or you can click on this link here. They take you to the same place. And another reminder that this is our Flipgrid activity for this week. Now, I want to throw this out there. Next Friday, the date is May 1st, is Principals Appreciation Day. So what I would like to do is create a Flipgrid from our whole class to honor Mr. Arts on Principal Appreciation Day. So what that means is I'm going to ask for each of you to do a Flipgrid video for Mr. Arts. That will be next week. That's what you will see here next week. Instead of the dance off, it will say appreciation video for Mr. Arts. So that is coming. Okay, so just start thinking about maybe what you want to talk about, maybe what you want to say to him. And boys and girls, if you don't want your face to be shown, you can either just do your voice, so they just hear your voice, or if you don't want that, you can just type something and say from Miss Hayes. Okay, so you don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your voice or share your voice. Okay, that's totally up to you. And then I think that was all I wanted to show you this morning. I did want to show you really quick. If I go back to Tuesday, this is where you would access the morning meeting from Tuesday, the recording. So they will always be right here. Okay, they will always be right above here. Okay. Just a reminder, if you have not done the discussion questions, most importantly, I think I cut out there. Let's restate that just in case. If you have not done the discussion questions from Monday and Tuesday, most importantly, the last discussion question where you have to write about a subject, the what did you learn question, those are really important that you get those done. So please take a moment to go back and do those if you have not already done them. Okay? All right, boys and girls, I think that's all I have for you today. So I will talk to you later. I hope you all have a great Wednesday. Happy Earth Day. Do something kind for the earth today. I'm super excited to hear all about it. Have a great day, boys and girls.